amazing cause. Thank you for all, thank you all for your hard work and the memories, and I hope a game I make will one day be played here. Cannon Person, thank you for the $100. All right, and I am getting word that we are ready for our next run. So right now, here is Fireman with Millennium Racer. Fireman, take it away.
Good morning, everyone, or good night, depending on where you are, or even good afternoon.
Right quick.
I'm going to play...
do a few more donations. How about that? We'll get through it real quick. We're going to get that done real fast here while we get that audio issue straightened out. So let's just go back to a few more donations. There's no problem with that, right? We got a $30 donation from Saline who says, SGDQ is here. Maybe a little different from what we're all used to, but I have confidence that this event is going to be just as great. Good luck to all of the runners. I agree with you completely, Saline. Thank you. We have a $50 donation from Vanar2 who says, finally, a little good in this year. Good luck to all the runners and thanks for your time. GDQ hype. We have a $50 donation from Judy Yuzuki who says, longtime viewer donating what I can to help people out. Shout outs to my wife watching this from her office. Again, just want to remind you that Summer Games Done Quick 2020 Online is brought together to benefit Doctors Without Borders, and they are playing a very big part on what is going on in the world right now. Doctors Without Borders, MSF, is an international medical humanitarian aid organization that works in over 70 countries around the world, and a big part of MSF's current operations is providing humanitarian aid to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. For the first time ever, MSF has recently started medical work in the United States. In New York City, MSF partnered with local organizations to improve infection prevention and control measures and opened temporary relief stations offering free showers and toiletries and information on additional services. MSF staff are assisting with contact tracing and the development and dissemination of health promotion materials. So let us all remember the great work they're doing right now and get your donations in for Doctors Without Borders. That is what we are here for all week. We have a $100 donation from Strict Dog 95 who says, fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Well, thank you. Thank you for the $100, Strict Dog. Thank you. We have a $20 donation from Dragonburn, who says, first donation to start off SGDQ. So here's a little haiku for you. Together we watch and give whatever we've got. And that means a lot. Good luck to all the runners. Let's help change the world. Beautiful. Can that be a thing? Donation haikus? Did we just stumble upon the new thing? Donation haikus? I like that. That was clever. We have a $25 donation from Isdrick, who says, there are so many issues around the world. Without groups like Doctors Without Borders, the world would be a darker place. Here is my first of many donations this summer. Also, put this $25 towards the Ori bonus game. Just a reminder, we're still getting set up for our next run. Fireman with the Millennium Racer ran into a little bit of a tech issue. We're getting that wrapped up here. But while we're still getting that up, just want to tell you about another one of our sponsors. They've dropped a few gift subs, as you can see up top above the chat. Cash App. Cash App wants you to know this. We do not sell cashew apples. We like the color green. We do money stuff. We used to bunny hop in CS 1.3. Download Cash App in the App Store or Google Play Store. Use referral code TwitchTV for $10. $25 donation from Worldwide Veil, who says, keep on all the awesome games. SGDQ makes us all feel close and connected despite the distance. No truer words ever said. Thank you, Worldwide Veil. Also, while we're getting set up for the next run, just want to remind you about some of our bid wars we have coming up very shortly. We have Silhouette Mirage coming up to upgrade to the good ending. We have to get that gold to $2,500. We're at $505, so we got to get a little less than $2,000 to get to Silhouette Mirage's good ending. So make sure you get your donations in for that. That'll be coming up 2 runs after Millennium Racer. And we also have the ability to choose Kirby's color in Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Choose Kirby's color. We have Carbon, Ocean, Snow, Red, Green, and Orange. Currently, Carbon is winning by far with $885. Second place is Ocean with $190. So if you want to tip the balance and shift the scales, make sure you get your donations in for Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. That run will be coming up in about 4 runs after our next one. So coming up very shortly, those 2 runs. So make sure you get your bids in for those incentives. All right, this isn't exactly a haiku, but it looks like we have some SGDQ poetry coming in now. $10 from No Relations to JFK 151, who says, roses are red, violets are blue, Doctors Without Borders, SGDQ. In the words of Shao Kahn, well done. Well done. Have we found our thing? Have we found our new thing? Poetry and haikus? Maybe. $25 from Dr. Nick 232, who says, neurology resident physician here. Want to say thank you to all the runners and announcers for your time and making this event so awesome. Also, as someone who sees the reality of this crisis daily, thank you to all the nurses, techs, assistants, specialists, maintenance workers, and everyone in the medical field that has gone above and beyond during these difficult times. Mask up, wash your hands, keep that distance, and stay safe. We will get through this, and I can't wait to attend a GDQ in person in the future. Thank you, Dr. Nick. Me as well. I cannot wait to see everybody again once we get back to a little bit of normalcy, but we are still rocking and rolling and strutting and strolling here on Summer Games Done Quick 2020 online, and we're going to do it just like we always do. Thank you very much, Dr. Nick. We have a $25 donation from Glastonbury, who says, longtime viewer, first-time donator. Keep up the good work, fellas. Just want to remind you once again, I am AnEternalEnigma. I'll be your host here for the next few runs. We have Millennium Racer by Fireman coming up. Afterwards, we have Amnesia, The Dark Descent by Blood Thunder. We have Silhouette Mirage by Kariohki and Kyo Flying Squadron 2 by me. That's coming up on the block next. So stick around. We got a bunch of runs coming up here this morning that are sure to entertain you, and we still got a few more donations coming on in. We have a $5 donation from Germ3, who says, remember you all, $5 donations help when there are many. I think they snuck another haiku in there. I think that was a 575. Well done, Germ3. Oh boy, the haikus are rolling in now. Want to take a moment to remind you that Summer Games Done Quick 2020 Online is brought to you by The Yeti. The Yeti creates amazing merch and apparel for video game culture, official merch supporter of Games Done Quick events since 2011. Over $1 million donated to GDQ charities. All profits from the SGDQ 2020 collection go to Doctors Without Borders. Shop the Yeti's official SGDQ 2020 collection at www.theyeti.com. And as you can see, the Yeti has also generously thrown out some gift subscriptions at the top of your screen. We're still getting set up for our next run here at SGDQ 2020 Online, Millennium Racer by Fireman. We are still getting things set up. Now I did this. I just gotta take a moment here. I did this. We did this at AGDQ, and some magic happened in the chat. I just want to maybe testing my luck, but we said two very magical words that started a firestorm of activity during AGDQ. So I want to give it a shot and maybe see if it happens again while we're getting our next run set up. Those two magical words, Twitch Prime. Just wonder if that'll do anything right now. All right, we have a $15 donation from Tega, who says Secret of Mana is one of the two games I wanted to learn how to speedrun. And while I had some trouble with one of the tricks, I always love to see it happen. Glad to have it in GDQ again. Oh my. The Twitch Prime. Wow, look at that. The Twitch Prime. Funny. It just seems to set off a firestorm. Twitch Prime, Prime Gaming, whichever you choose. We appreciate it all. We have a $50 donation from Arrow102, who says, I've been looking forward to SGDQ. It's been a great first day, and I'm excited for the rest of the week. Thanks to all the staff, and good luck to all of the runners. We have a $100 donation from Rory Benjamin, who says, love GDQ. Thank you all so much for your hard working making this event happen. Thank you, Rory. Thank you for the $100. Here we go. We have a $20 donation from Cup of Noobles, who says, donation haiku. I think I can manage that. Here's $20. Well done, Cup of Noobles. Thank you for the $20. Seeing a lot of sour please in the chat. We have some bangers for tunes, don't we? Just want to take a moment again to say thank you to everybody for your incredible support of this event already. SGDQ 2020 Online has been live approximately 15 hours now. We have already crossed $100,000. We are still on day one, technically, and we have already hit $100,000. Thank you all very, very much for your generous support, and keep them coming. We'll be here all week long. We have a $5 donation from Lilithium, who says, live summer speed runs for Doctors Without Borders, $5 train go. A $5 train and a haiku. My goodness, Lilithium, thank you very much. I like this haiku thing. I could get used to this. And just a reminder, we do have on the few runs coming up next here on Summer Games Done Quick 2020 Online. We have Millennium Racer by Fireman. We have Amnesia the Dark Descent by Blood Thunder. Silhouette Mirage by Kariohki. And Kyo Flying Squadron 2 by me coming up soon. And we're still getting Millennium Racer set up here. We should be ready to go shortly, but I'll be here with you until we get there. We have a $15 donation from Ashley229, who says, awesome first day of SGDQ Online. Relaxing with my husband, waiting to watch Secret of Mana, a game he's been telling me I need to play. One day I will, but right now I'm so excited to watch this game be destroyed. Here's to beating the final boss barefoot. And Ashley, you got your wish. Thank you for the $15. That was one of our Secret of Mana donations. We have a $15 donation from Kiros, who says, SGDQ's back, and I don't think there's a better time to be donating to MSF. Say it louder for everyone in the back. Well said. Thank you, Kiros. All right, I am getting word that we are ready to go for our next run. So ladies and gentlemen and everybody else, let's see here. We have Millennium Racer by Fireman coming up now. So Fireman, take it away.
Okay, good morning again, everyone. We had some technical difficulties, but it should all be solved now, hopefully, and otherwise I'll be informed. So I'm going to play Millennium Racer for you. It's a game from 1999, and it's about the distant future of the year 2000. And I had the box here, and I was going to read you the story, so I'm going to do that real quick. In the term Millennium, the network knows no boundaries. There is but a single limit, saturation. Speed is the rarest commodity on the web. Network gamers can now transport vital data using their virtual self, riding virtual bikes. So that's what this game is about. It's about racing on the internet. So I made a special character for GDQ. I'll try to save every profile every race that I do, so you can play that later. We need engine type A because it's the only one with grip, and otherwise the game is unplayable. So once I select the first track, we'll start the timer. So that's in 3, 2, 1, go. So feast your eyes on this beautiful game. It's very inspired by Tron, as you can see. I will be explaining the speed mechanics later. First, I'm going to explain you a trick that I do here, and that I hope to be passing every single lap. So in this game, it does have some sort of cheat protection, but we can surpass it by staying out of bounds long enough. So I'm going to wait here a bit until 28, should be okay. There we go. Cool. The game even says it's cool to cheat. So what happens there is that I jump out of bounds. I have to wait there for around 8 seconds, and then I can jump back into the track. And that saves around, well, it only saves around 3 seconds, but it skips a large part of the actual track. So let's do that 4 more times, and we'll be finished. So it's very important not to jump back to the track here too early, because the game recognizes it as cheating, and it'll give you a minus lap instead of a cool message. And what I promised myself to do is for each minus lap I get, I'll donate $50, and for each cool message I get, I'll donate $5. So we want to get on as much of those messages as possible. I'm just going to do this jump one more time. So far, so good. Usually I am very afraid of getting a minus lap, because it immediately loses 30 seconds, and that's a lot of time in this game. Most of my recent ones have all been around 40 minutes, and it's usually within a few seconds of each other, because it's very optimized by now, though there's still stuff to be found. This game was developed, oh, see, that was a bad jump. So this could be a minus lap. I have to be quiet a bit and count here the amount of seconds I'm out of bounds. So. Should be okay. Woo, thank God, okay. So I had to count there, otherwise I would get a minus lap and we'd be losing 30 seconds instead of 4 seconds. So that was okay. And I just have to do it one more time, and then I'm basically safe from getting any minus laps. So that would be very good for my wallet. I won't be safe from cool messages because they're going to be happening a lot. So you can count along if you want for each cool message I get. That would help, then I don't have to look it up later. And that's not a cool message. It's a really cool game, and that's the first lap done. And in this lap I'll be able to explain the actual speed mechanics, because they're quite complex. So you have these yellow paths on the floor. They're called superconductors in this game. They increase your speed and they give you more boost. So the boost meter's at the top left. It's practically always at 100, but it can go down, and then you can use these. Oh, okay, good enough. And you can then use the boost to speed up or to slow down. What you see me do a lot is tap the boost button while I'm going fast. That's because there's 2 main speed boosts in this game. One is that once you start accelerating, you can accelerate to infinity, so to infinite speed. We don't do that because it's impossible, but theoretically it would allow you to go infinite speed. And the other rule is that once you start going above 640 miles per hour, so you can see the speed on the left side, once you start going above 640 miles per hour, accelerating will first slow you down to 640 miles per hour, and then you will be able to accelerate again. So the reason I'm tapping boost here is to slow down the deceleration. And only when we're going below 640 miles per hour, I'll be trying to accelerate again. Or on a golden path, there's a similar limit, but it's 940 miles per hour. Oh, this will be dangerous.
See you later.
Ooh, that went well. That went really well. Okay, so the speed mechanics mean that you want to accelerate for as long as possible to get the highest speed possible. And like here, I'm going to slow down on purpose by boosting, because I want to be at 960 miles per hour before I hit that superconductor. We need to avoid this guy. These tunnels are something completely different. There's really no good way to go through them while retaining your speed, but you can sort of get out of there with 700 miles per hour, which is fine. Everything outside of those yellow boundaries is a rough area. So if you land on that, you'll immediately start slowing down, and we don't want that, so I don't do that. Another thing you might notice is that I jump a lot. It's not a habit, it actually saves time for most parts. And your actual speedrunning goal is to chain together as much superconductors as possible, get a highest speed as possible, like I'm doing now, and then just tap boost until your speed runs out and it makes sense again to accelerate. And because this game is slightly physics-based, each lap is a bit different, but in the end you just want to obviously go as fast as possible. I have one lap to go, and oh my god, I just bumped into that. That wasn't the idea. So if there's any donations or anything you want to read, Enigma, now is a good time for the final lap.
All right. Well, we actually have another haiku that was made for this game brought in. We have a $15 donation from Saul Harath, who says, "A haiku for you. It's Millennium Racer at SGDQ." Well done. Thank you for the $15.
Very nice. Thank you.
We have time for another one?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
About to wrap this
All
one
right.
up.
We have a $25 donation from Gridunza, who says, "Hey, SGDQ, donating for my boy Fireman, currently destroying Millennium Racer. Always happy to help a worthy cause like Médecins Sans Frontières. Have a great marathon."
Hey, thanks a lot, Gridunza. Okay, so the next track. This one has a bit of a different setup. It has 3 different kinds of laps. The first one is always the same. After that, it depends on how fast you are going, whether or not you are going to speed up or just use your... let me get this. Oh, this is really good. Oh my god, we're going past the speed barrier right now. We're going so fast that I got a cool message there where I never get it. So now, oh, this is really good. I'm kind of scared now, because if we go this fast and hit this, should be going above 1500. So now we're going way too fast, so we're not going to speed up again. We're going to keep tapping boost and actually go for a world record lap here. If I don't bump into anyone, this guy needs to be avoided. I think I slowed down way too much there because I was trying to avoid that person, but if I'm able to show you a sub 30-second lap, that would be fantastic, actually. And I might get it. Yes, very nice. Oh, that's really good. So in the bottom right, you can also see best player lap. That doesn't really mean anything because I made this character just now. But it's still, that was one of the 3 sub 30 laps that I've ever had. So you should feel blessed for seeing that. Yeah, that was a really good lap, and we're just going to continue. As you can tell, last lap I did something different. I did slow down because I wasn't going above 1300 miles per hour. So slowing down was actually the more profitable option. The same goes here. for this lap. So I'm going to bump into this one, bump into that one, go on at 960. So that's a nice voice crack. Then chain these together. I missed the last one. You could hear the sound of me leaving the superconductor. That means that I'm no longer accelerating. So that's when I also let go of boost. Let's see. We're still going at a decent pace, so this one might be doable to do without speeding up. Yeah, this is okay. So now we're going through it the same way as we did at the second lap. But you can tell that this time we're not going 1400 miles per hour, we're only going 1200. Only. That's not very fast when you're racing on the internet, apparently. You may have also noticed that in some tracks, or in all tracks, there are some other races. But you might have also noticed that I surpassed them a lot. The problem is that they do have a physical object tied to them. So if you bump into them, you lose a lot of time. And sometimes it just shoots you off course, and that's not what you want. So that's why I'm a bit more careful when they are around. Because you only need to bounce into them once and then you're out, especially when you do very good attempts. Let's see here. Here's another little cute skip. Doesn't save any time, but it looks better than the actual, the normal way to do it. This is a very interesting speed up here. So you're supposed to go onto that deck above and then fall down. Obviously, that's what the game wants you to do. But what we do instead is we try to elongate the boost statistics of the superconductors. So like I said before, once you're on those golden paths, those yellow paths, you can accelerate until infinity. So we want to jump at the end to keep accelerating for a short amount of time, but it's extra acceleration compared to normally. So you go a lot faster in the end. So that's why we don't, dangerous stuff here. That's why we keep jumping at the end of these superconductors and why we want to elongate that effect for as long as possible. So we're going to do the same skip again here. It doesn't save any time like I mentioned before, but looks good. And here we're going to jump off the track just to keep that boost running a bit longer. And this, when I found this, it saved a huge amount of time because normally you go through this very long part at around 700 miles per hour, and now we're going almost 900. So that saved a lot of time compared to normally. And you saw me skip this. This was the first skip I found. It's a very cool skip, and it saves a lot of time. So that was really good to find as well. But it was really apparent that there's a skip there, and they want you to find it. So there's 2 more laps left. If there are any other messages or donations, now would be a good time because I've explained everything this track has to offer, really.
Absolutely. We have a $10 donation from Andrew Rocks 1998 who says, "Thank you again, GDQ, for another fine event. These events always mean so much to me. Shout outs to Fireman and the Fire Brigade. Thanks for playing one of my favorite games."
Yeah, shout outs to the Fire Brigade, very important. I don't know if you know how to make a fire truck sound, but I don't. But if you can,
I can give it a shot. It was good, like, woo, woo. That one, was that close enough? Okay,
yeah,
we'll go with that.
Sounds perfect.
Put me on the spot there. Wow, I wasn't ready for that. All right. All right, keep me sharp. Keep me sharp. Let's go.
It's important.
It is very important. Do we have time for...
yeah, if there's anything else, there's some time.
We have a $30 donation from Michelle Wong who says, "I didn't know SGDQ was still happening, but I'm glad that it still is. The world needs Doctors Without Borders now more than ever, and they need our donations. Best of luck and best of health to everyone."
Yeah, thanks a lot for those donations, everyone. Keep them coming. Especially at the final laps of each track, there will be a bit of a downtime for me in terms of commentary. So now is a perfect time to donate because you have a big chance that Enigma with his beautiful voice will read it. So that's good. I'm going to do something different for this final lap actually. It's a skip that doesn't save any time, so don't be disappointed. But it will give us an extra cool message, so that's another $5 for charity, so that's important too. Okay, that wasn't it. I wasn't trying to jump through the wall there, I just bumped into it. So instead of jumping off after this part with the long jump like I've mentioned before, you can actually go to the right here. Let's see if I can get it. I'm going to try it once and then I'm going to continue. But you can jump down here, jump through this wall. Let's make it. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. What a perfect skip that doesn't make any sense and doesn't save any time. But now I'm going to miss this one. Well, it doesn't matter. It wasn't going to be faster anyway, but that's another skip that I found. Unfortunately, it doesn't save any time. It does on another version of the game. I'll tell you about that in the next track, which is happening now. So this is the PC version and the old European release. So the tracks here don't have names. They are called Spaceport 1, Spaceport 2, Spaceport 3, War 1, War 2, War 3. But they also made a version for the Dreamcast. It was never released, but someone found it 2 years ago on a dev kit of a Dreamcast. And it has all the track names in it. Oh, this is really tight. So there are two kind of different versions, but they're exactly the same, except that they have different names for the tracks. I'm going to do a very cool skip here, probably one of my favorites. I just jumped over that wall and it skipped around a third of the level. So that was really that's really one of my favorite finds because it's purely physics based. So I bump into those blocks at the starting line. Oh, this is really. I always get really nervous around these turns, especially with these sort of hive structures. But anyway, I was explaining something. No, I won't make this one. Maybe I can squeeze through here. No. So I lost my speed before I hit the finish line there, and that made me not be able to do that jump. There is an alternative version which you can do on slightly slower pace. If you're going slightly slower, you can still make it, but I was going way too slow. But I'll show you it again next lap, hopefully. These chain jumps took a very long time to figure out as well, because the game doesn't really give you any indication on where to go. You just make your own route, and that's it. Obviously, as speedrunners, we always do that. But it was exceptionally difficult in that little maze back there. So here we're going to do it again. One into the block, then immediately jump right afterwards, and you get launched over the wall, and you just skip 1/3 of the track. In reality, a lot of these skips don't save that much time. It's a really precise game. The time saves are usually around 1 or 2 seconds compared to just tapping boost normally, like just build up speed and then continue to tap boost all through the level. So it doesn't save that much time actually. This one saves around 3 seconds, so it's relatively a very big skip. And that throws a good sub 32 second lap. So the way I judge how I'm doing is usually by how well each lap goes. Sub 32 seconds is good for this track. Anything above 35.
Speed max out. You won. Speed max out. Good speed.
Oh no!
Speed max out. Speed max out. Cool.
Yahoo!
Speed max out. Excellent.
Yahoo!
max out.
Oh no!
Cool.
Yahoo!
Excellent.
Yahoo!
Right on, man. Speed max out.
Told about earlier.
All right!
So this is that one trick that someone else found that I'm really happy with because it saves quite a few seconds. Previously, I really had to struggle to get sub 45 seconds in this lap. I just had to do everything perfect, but now I can mess up and a little bit and still get sub 45 seconds. So that's really good. And I think, well, I have one more thing to explain here, which is this part. You can either come out of the tunnel very fast and continue without accelerating, or you can slow down on purpose and then use boost to speed up again. And one more thing here. What I'm trying to do is put my bike at an angle against the wall. No, damn. And that
Oh yeah,
doesn't,
for sure.
that means
We
I
have a
don't bump into the
$20
wall, and it
donation
saves,
from Acid Tears
it saves my
111
speed
who
for the rest
says,
of the level.
never heard of this game or
For the
this
rest of the
runner, but
track.
I am now a fan
so
of
that
both.
saves a lot of
Keep
time
up
as
the
well.
awesome
And we're
commentary
in the
and
fourth lap now,
gameplay.
so 2 more laps to go. So I'm handing it back to you,
Absolutely
Enigma,
awesome.
if you have
We have a
anything
$5
to read out.
donation from Draconian who says, donation for the sheer joy of that grasshopper bike. Style points to this game for such a cool masked rider.
Cool.
Yahoo!
That's really nice, thank you.
Right on. Excellent.
All right!
Speed max out.
Yeah, I really think this game still looks pretty decent as well for something that came out in
Yeah,
1999.
we have a good bit here. We have a $5 donation
Unfortunately,
from
we don't have these
Songbird
bikes
who
yet.
says,
I was hoping that
zip, zap,
as
zoom,
soon as it
speeding
became
to
the
the
third
final
Millennium that we
scene,
would have these
our
bikes.
games, spreading hope abroad.
Cool.
Yahoo!
I think that was a stealth haiku there. I think they got me with that one. We have a $30 donation from Tapashio J who says, cheers, looking forward to an awesome week of runs.
Speed max out. Speed max out. Cool.
All right! Oh my!
You got it.
Yahoo!
Excellent.
All right!
Sub 1 minute first lap, and that's not good.
Excellent.
All right!
Speed max out.
So 57 seconds, something like that. That's decent enough to continue a run with.
Excellent.
And we're also going to see that I'm going to skip that speed boost ring, so I didn't explain that either. Yeah,
Speed max
but
out.
the green wings, they increase your speed by a flat amount, so they always
Speed max out.
accelerating or decelerating, they always increase your speed. But that's the problem, is that if you are decelerating to 940, for example, because you want to speed up again, then after you grab the ring, you will gain 200 miles per hour, but it will immediately start decelerating again because you're not yet in the acceleration phase. I hope someone out there is following this, what I'm trying to say, but you basically slow down because you're speeding up, and you won't be able to accelerate again until much later than what we want. So that's why I skip it. Oh, this is a really good speed. If we make it through like this, then we can maybe get a sub 55 lap. That would be really good. And I'll be looking at I'll show you the best laps and the best times that we had after this run really quickly, just so you can see how it compares to my PBs and the world records. So there we surpassed Guga again. Here's another cool message. Oh, get out of the way. Okay, that might have messed me up. Meteor. I'm glad we haven't really bumped into one yet full on, because that can turn really nasty very quickly. This should still be a good time, but maybe not sub 55. No. Close. Okay, and now we messed up. So now I messed up, so I'm going to accelerate here instead of tapping boost. So previously you saw me just tap boost here and go really fast. Now I have to hold down boost and accelerate. But that does mean we can gain more speed here because I was already accelerating. And the longer you accelerate, the more your speed increases. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration when you mess up. Obviously you don't want to mess up. You want every lap to go exactly the same, but that doesn't really always work out. And we jump over here again, and that's another cool message. And do we have any other cool messages?
Oh yeah, there's a lot here. In fact, we have a pretty interesting, we have a cool little haiku here. We have a smiley face (7) with a $100 donation who says, "Here is my haiku for you. Good luck, speedrunners. Take my $100. How do you haiku?" Thank you very much for the $100. I like this haiku theme we have going on here.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it came from.
Those are the best things. They just show up out of nowhere and they stick. Yeah. I like it. And we've also had people talking about a $5 train. Speaking of which, we had a $5 donation from a Grand Obelisk who says, $5 train, go.
Yeah, just donate each time you see cool is what I would say. But there we go. You just have to donate again.
Yep, that's the rule now. You got to do it.
Okay, so we're about to wrap up this level, and I think that's the end of these. Or maybe this was the start actually, or this may be the last one. But the series of war levels. Oh wait, this was the first one of Inky, so we already finished war. This one has a very special first lap. So instead of going straight here, we're going to jump on this one, do a small hop, then do a long hop, chain these three together, and now we're already at 1100, which is fast, but now we can grab these two, and now we're going at very fast speed up to the point where it's really hard to control anything that happens, but should be okay. Really nice. So going 1200 here is usually my goal. Doesn't always happen, but it did this time. You're going to see me slow down here on purpose again. So right here, because these jumps are also extremely difficult. So you have an angled surface. The game gives you an opportunity to jump just before you land as a sort of hover jump. But because it's an angled surface and the center, I don't want to miss that. And the center of your bike is where it registers whether you hit the floor or not. You can easily lose your momentum jumping on an upward slope. And so you want to hover jump just in time to not hit the floor, but to continue your jump. And if you hit it too early, you're just not going to jump at all. Oh, I need to slow down here. I almost forgot to slow down. These are all, oh my god, what was that? And I missed the wing as well. Well, this is going to be a slow lap. So now all I can do is hold down boost, and this is why this game is quite difficult. Once you lose your speed, it stays lost. I can build up some speed here again, and that's what I do obviously because I don't want to go slow. And now we're going at a decent speed. and we can continue the lap as we did our previous laps. I just need to avoid all these AI, Guga, Meteor always first. Please get out of the way. Please don't bump into me. Okay, that's good.
Speed max out.
So I think I have said everything I want to say about this track. So if there's anything else, Enigma, take it away.
All right, we have a $25 donation from Scarlet83 who says, loving the swag strats. Scarlet. We have a $5 donation from Pumpkin Bat who says, chugga chugga choo choo, all aboard the $5 dono train.
Speed max out.
That's right.
Should absolutely keep it going. I mean, you're going.
I've seen some cool messages, so
yeah, absolutely. You see, you've got the fast vehicles going on in the game right now, so we need to keep the fast train going on with the donations. We have a $5 donation from Meta Knight Haiku that says, amazing mirror, show me the carbon Kirby. You love to see it. Thank you for the $5.
Okay, so this is the final lap. I'm going at a very high speed right now, so I hope to be able to show you a good final lap. Hopefully get above 1500 here. Nah, but close, quite close. And that makes this part extremely difficult because sometimes hoover jumps don't register, so you can be above, like I said previously, if you're too far above the floor and you try to do a hoover jump, then you just don't jump. And if that happens to happen in that maze, you just fall down in between those walls and you're stuck without a way to get back up. But this track went really well. A good final lap as well. And we're heading off to the, I think the final of Inky. And then it's just one more track. So let's keep it up. And I think we're actually on a very good pace. I'm not sure if it's going to be a world record time, but it's going to be close. It's going to be near 40 minutes, I think. So this level is a bit different because it has a very long tunnel section, and as I explained before, the tunnels make no sense. They sometimes act as if they're walls, so if you run into them, you just get put to a halt. And that's not a cool message. And sometimes they act like they do have angles and you can ride them like a wave, and that's when it works out. But most of the time it just does something completely random and we don't really know how to fix that. So how to get through those tunnels without slowing down a lot. So you'll see me going in at 1260. I'll be going out at around hopefully 800 or something like that. I can speed up a bit here, jump at the end to keep the effect of the superconductors of the yellow paths, which, as I've mentioned before, but some other people might have joined now, and I doubt anyone knows this game, but these golden paths, they increase both your speed and your boost meter, so you want to keep that effect for as long as possible. And that was another good lap. Sub 43 seconds is good. Sub 42 seconds is really good. So we'll see if I can manage to get one of those. This is not going to be it, because I'm going way too slow here, but it's still, if I do this decently, and I did this time. So you saw there that that's how the tunnel is supposed to look. So go through it at 900 miles per hour and just get out. You can see me do these jumps here. They're quite intuitive to do. They do give you a cool message, so that counts as another $5, unfortunately. But so far it's going well. And there we go. That's a sub 42 second lap, so that was good. I wasn't expecting that until we got through the tunnel at a decent pace, because the tunnels are just awful.
Yes!
Especially the turn coming up here. You try to run into the edge a bit earlier, and then you try to take this short part of the corner, but it doesn't always work out, as you can see. So just hopping over these pyramids. So we're almost at the final lap. So Enigma, if there's anything else.
All right, we have a $5 donation from Shonen413 who says, "Speed max out." We have a $30 donation from Venomenon3 who says, "SGDQ makes working from home so much more entertaining. Faster? Not so much. Best of luck to all the runners and greetings from Germany." We have a $5 donation from Pancakes213 who says, "You give a $5, you give a $5. We are all giving a $5. Hype train." Thank you for the $5, Pancakes.
That's not a cool message, so.
Yep,
you know
we all
means,
know what
right?
that means.
Yep. Okay, so it's the final track. This one is really difficult to get a really good time on, and it's not that difficult to get a decent time on. Obviously, oh my god, okay, I already messed up. Obviously, I'm going for the really good time, at least for every lap. I already can't do it for the entire track, and the really good times consist of a very difficult 3-part jump, and I hope to show you it once. Completely and maybe partially a few times in the other laps. But I'll let you know once I get there. First we have to get through these tunnels. And interesting strat here is that you really want to slow down here to 640 and speed up again through this entire part, because you're going to lose a lot of speed there anyway in that tunnel. And if you don't start accelerating right away, you're still going very slow here, and you don't want to go slow here because then you can't do these jumps. So here's the very difficult part. So this jump is the first one in the chain, then it's this one, then up, then oh my god, oh yes, I got it, the very first try. Oh, that feels great. Oh, I don't know if I'll be able to show you it again, but now you've seen it, so that's perfect. So that's how it's supposed to look. And what I do is I jump once, then hoover jump off the second part of the track, then I hoover jump again just before the third part. Then I have to hold down the deceleration button while in the air, because otherwise you jump too far and you hit the that red ring around the track. So it's quite a difficult jump, and it's really hard to get several times in a row. I think my world record has it not even once, so who knows, we might be doing okay in terms of beating the world record, because it saves a lot of time doing this. Let's see.
Oh my.
Okay, so that wasn't perfect, but that also worked out. So that's like a partial version. But it's going well. Let's see if I can get another good lap going. And while talking about keeping things going, let's keep that donation train going. So if you have any donations, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. $5 from Mr. Shadow Ant, who says, "Train max out." I agree. $5. Thank you very much, Mr. Shadow Ant. Train max out indeed. We have a $10 donation from EV Follower who says, "Amazing work, everyone." Thank you, EV Follower.
Yeah, thanks a lot for those donations. And I noticed you mentioned a quote of this game, obviously. I sort of block it out by now, so I don't even hear those speed maxed out anymore. I think he says it around every 5 seconds. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, there we go. And this is going to be a sub 1 minute? No. Damn. But that's really good. Sub 1 minute is hard. Especially because you have to go fast during this part to get a good time. But I got to jump again, and that's the third time, so we're saving a lot of time here. When you choke it, you immediately lose 10 to 15 seconds. So we might be on a very good pace here. So if you have anything else, Enigma, let's keep it going.
We have a $5 donation from Mott who says, "5 buckaroo train? I do like trains. Hop on. I don't know if that's a haiku or not, but you be the judge." Thank you, Mott. Let's see here. We have a $10 donation from Debbie Potato, who says, my first GDQ, having a great time watching, and let's unlock Ori. We have $5 from Zombies, who says, poetry is hard. I tried writing a haiku, gave up, donated. All the same. Thank you, Zombies.
Cool. Thanks a lot for all the donations. Really helps out. Speed max out. So this is the final lap of the final track. So once we finish this, it's going to be time. And I hope this last lap will be very good and get the jump as well, because we've done it 4 laps in a row now. So this will be actually the first one which has full all of the skips 4 times in a row. And I'm kind of sad it worked out every single time, because now I make it look really easy. But yeah, it's a difficult jump. You can try it yourself if you feel like it. So let's do it one more time, hopefully. Probably not. No, see, that's how it usually goes. But we can do this, and it's not that much slower. So here is time. So I wonder what my time is. I can't see. I think you can see, Enigma?
Not just yet. I'll see it in just a moment. I'm looking at the main GDQ feed. I'll let you know as soon as it hits for me. Still watching it. We're in a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, makes sense. I'll just head to the best times, and we can see how well we did.
Because I saw chat speculating a lot during that. 39:54 was your final time. So close.
So close, but sub 40 is really, really good. That's my second sub 40 ever. So the other one was 39 or something, and that's the world record so far. So yeah, that went really well. And we're looking for the character called SGDQ 2020, because I used the GDQ 2021 for practice. So here we are, we're at the bottom, as you can see. This one was good. Let's go through them a bit fast and see if we have gotten any new world records. See, this was in the last final track, and we did very good here. The best times, this one should definitely have some decent. Here we go. This is a new world record for one. Let's see if there's anything else. Should be Antarctica. Yeah, so that was the last track we did. So that's almost 8 seconds faster than my previous best time. So yeah, I don't know why. I don't have anything else to say. Just shout outs to the Millennium Racer community, which is me and 2 other people. So so if you want to play this game, please join us at Discord and start speedrunning this with us. And that's all I have to say. So thanks a lot for watching, and keep that train going. And
All right, let's get some GDQ claps in the chat. That was an amazing, oh my. That was an amazing run we just had there. Let me see here. We're back. Here we go. We got it back here. We just had an amazing run of Millennium Racer by Fireman. GDQ claps in the chat. You have to pardon me. You have to pardon my little surprise there. We just had Cash App drop 100 gift subs in the chat. Caught me by surprise. I was not prepared for that. Shout outs to Cash App for all of those gifted subscriptions, and also a fantastic run by Fireman with Millennium Racer. I saw the world record time being posted in the chat, so chat was definitely keeping an eye on that. Sub 40, excellent stuff, and I think we just got another hype train Cash App just started up a hype train in the chat. Let's see that get to level 5. This is Summer Games Done Quick 2020 Online, powered by Twitch. Coming up next, we have Blood Thunder with Amnesia: The Dark Descent. That'll be our next run as we get set up for that. And we will go through a few more of your donations here as we get Amnesia set up here with Blood Thunder coming up next. We'll go ahead and get that here. We had a $5 donation from Zool78 come on in that said, my friend Andrew donated earlier and I couldn't not donate after that. I remember playing Millennium Racer with my buds Owen and Jacob back in the day, and seeing this game brings back memories. Let's keep this train going. Choo choo cacao. Thank you, Zool. Thank you for the $5. All right, and now we're going to go to an advertisement and we'll be right back. All right. And let's see here. We have a $200 donation from James M.64 who says, I'd love to see Ori and the Will of the Wisps. So here's to that. Thank you for the $200. RetroTink LLC is a boutique designer and manufacturer of the popular RetroTink 2X line doubling upscaler for zero added lag connection of retro consoles to your modern HD TV. Our products enable seamless integration of composite, S-video, component, and RGB video to your current setup in a way that respects and preserves the original experience. Visit our website at www.retrotink.com and follow us on Twitter at RetroTink2. All right, we have a few more donations here. We're currently getting set up for our next run. It's Blood Thunder with Amnesia: The Dark Descent. We got a few more donations here, though, keeping on coming in. We have a $10 donation from MVH, who says, looking forward to a long week of games ahead, even taking a staycation this year to watch. Keeping an eye on that hype train in the chat right here. Oh, they completed a level 5 hype train. That is definitely GDQ clap worthy. Ooh, shout outs again to Cash App for all of those gifted subscriptions in the chat. Congratulations, everybody. Share those choo-choo emotes as well. All right, we have a $30 donation from Michael246. Says, it's awesome that SGDQ is finally here. I'm looking forward to an exciting week of gaming. Thanks for all you do. And right now we have an interview, so let's take it on over to the interview station.
Hope you guys enjoyed that awesome run of Millennium Racer we just saw. We got coming up Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and then after that, we've got Silhouette Mirage, which is being run by person I'm interviewing right here, Kariohki. How you doing, Kari?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Spike?
I'm doing great. About to say, super excited for your run. One of the biggest reasons I wanted to have this interview is because I wanted to ask you this question right here. You've been offering Silhouette Mirage for nearly 7 years now, I believe. Can you describe that honest moment when you saw you were finally getting your opportunity to display it on this stage?
Kind of an, oh, wow moment when we saw it get accepted. I was actually the backup runner. I did talk with the accepted runner, and we decided to kind of switch. So he'll be doing commentary, you'll be hearing him later, and I'll be doing the run. And I also like to joke that since we offered the Saturn version, it finally got accepted to the PS1 version.
About to say, yeah, I'm sure you'll talk a little bit about the differences as we get into the run. But definitely looking forward to that. Definitely also looking forward to some Sega Saturn love, because we don't get enough of that in these GDQs. But I want to talk a little bit about the game. I remember seeing a lot of it back in the 90s, seeing footage. A beloved hidden gem from the PlayStation Saturn era, an era of games that I think a lot of people would say hasn't aged particularly well. How would you say Silhouette Mirage has aged compared to the rest of that era? Sell myself and the audience on picking up this old gem.
I think it's aged very well because it's a 2D sprite-based game.
Yes.
So you think of like how good, you know, Castlevania Symphony of the Night has aged, Mischief Makers, any of those sort of 2D, like Paper Mario as well, 2D games that look, you know, can still hold up. And a lot of, you know, indie games are making that sort of style these days and going off that instead of doing that kind of early 3D that some people love, some people don't like, you know. So I think that's one of its very strong points, is that it's a sprite-based game, and with some very beautiful sprites as well.
Yeah, it's like you said, you compared it right there to Mischief Makers. I was watching through doing some research for this run. I was like, I'm getting so many Mischief Maker vibes, game that I played for the N64 as a kid. I wanted to know, I love the visual style of this game, especially the creativity of the boss fights. I was going through this and I was like, what? I see a giant, this is unironically, these are my interpretations, chat, of what I saw on screen. I see a giant stretchy arm enemy with a Jason mask driving a car, so that's kind of cool. A giant turtle doll flying boss thingy. That's the best I can describe that. And one where I think you're creating the best bowl of ramen possible. Do you have a personal favorite boss in this set? And what are the best games you've ever played based on their boss lineups?
Yeah, well, first off, the comparison to Mischief Makers is apt because they are both developed by Treasure and, in fact, released in the same year. So same developer.
Makes sense.
Same everything like that. But my favorite boss, out of those three, it's Dynamis, the fish. I call her a catfish girl, cat girl fish. She says meow, she has arms, her leg itches, she loves flowers very much, and she wants to eat the candy. And she is probably my favorite boss in the game. And for other games, other bosses that I've really liked, I mean, the art. I like the AnEternalEnigma series. Those have some really good boss fights and some really creative kind of ways that the battles do. So that's like one of my other favorite, also sprite-based era games that I really enjoy for bosses.
Yeah, definitely, everyone. Look forward to the run tonight, Silhouette Mirage. All those great bosses and all the combat and everything in that game. The visual style is great. I remember way back in the day, AGDQ 2013. I think it was the first marathon where we had ever gotten to meet. Watching you run this at AGDQ in the bonus stream. Is there any part of you that has any nostalgia for the bonus stream? Thinks there could have been a way to maybe make it work if you were in charge, maybe bringing it back?
If I was the queen of GDQ, I mean, it could be possible where we kind of have bonus runs now where we slot them into the schedule, but possibly if it was, a thing where we could extend or stay at the locations another day, slotting in some of those same bonus runs where you could submit for and say, hey, cool, stay another day, and slotting them in that way. And I don't know if making them incentives or whatnot would work, but it could be possible. But it kind of has the I kind of miss a little bit the whole put your name on the whiteboard and we'll see when you're awake to put your game in to show off.
It was so quick and dirty, and it was a long list. Everyone was like, this is my way. We're getting past Mike Uyama and the games committee. We're getting it in. I got one final question for you, Kariohki, and then I'll let you go. You've had the joy of being on some of GDQ's side events, including the Frame Fatales, where you ran this very game. You actually got a PB in the category you were running there. An event to showcase female speedrunners across the globe. That is the Frame Fatales. If you were in charge, what other side event ideas would you have for GDQ's year-round content?
So I actually kind of had an idea for the hotfix when watching some other events that the hotfix has put on, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool? Speedrunning has a really long history, dating back to even before streaming was a thing. Like, I joined SDA in 2006. I have been running Silhouette Mirage since 2006. That's when you submitted your tape to Nate on VHS for him to rip and put on SDA.
I remember those days. I remember sending him Kingdom Hearts videos. Yep.
So my idea was a show to showcase older routes of speedruns.
Ooh.
That these speedruns have developed, and maybe those routes aren't used as much anymore. So something that could say, hey, back in 2010, this is how we ran this game before we found this giant skip or something like that. I think that'd be kind of interesting, kind of a speedrun history type of stream there.
And I actually think that would, unironically think that would work really well, because I know of different speedrunning communities who will sit down and be like, let's watch this old 2006 SDA run. Oh my gosh, we've come so far since then. I think those sorts of deep dives into speedrun history would be super, super cool. Anybody, if you're still awake who work with Hotfix, listen to this woman. She has great ideas. That's a cool show. I want to see it on Hotfix. So, Kariohki, with that, thank you very much for joining me today. I love the layouts here. I love having the little Rayman head. I love your Silhouette Mirage head over there. It's really cute. So with that, everyone, we're going to send you back up to the front. We got Amnesia getting set up right now, and look forward, stick around after that. We have got Silhouette Mirage. Kariohki, thank you very much, and everyone have a lovely night.
Of course, enjoy.
Bye.
Towards the Ori run because I loved the game and really want to see what the speed run looks like. Greetings from France and also of Ohio to Twitch chat. All right, so I'm getting word that we are ready for